Hello, Leo. Welcome in or welcome back to Go With The Flow Tarot. Your overall general energy for this reading is the Knight of Wands. The song I have assigned to this card is Fuel by Metallica, because the Knight of Wands is charging towards a spontaneous new mystery. So he's got fuel, he's got fire, he's got all that he desires. In your recent past energies, you pulled the Two of Swords in reverse. So if this were upright, I would say that you had reached a crossroads, but you had some this or that thinking regarding it. I think that the crossroads was met, the this or that thinking was put away, and a decision was made. I'm making an assumption based on the cards that have come out so far. Let's see what happens when I clarify. But you do have the Five of Swords in reverse, so that's what makes me think that you finally made a proper decision at that crossroads and left that conflict in your past. Or this could mean that you didn't, and in your upcoming energies, you're clinging on too tightly to the past. But I really feel like with the Knight of Wands being your overall general energy, that is not the case. Although I have had to eat my words on this channel a few times. I'm seeing the Seven of Swords on the bottom of the deck, strategizing, protecting your energy, stealing swords from your enemy so that they cannot attack you, and doing it playfully, not taking it so seriously. Okay, so I'll leave that Knight of Wands alone for now. I would like to know why this Two of Swords came out in reverse in Leo's recent past energies. For their greatest good, highest timeline, highest purpose, a decision regarding some kind of divine match. Could be a friendship, a work partnership, a family member, but it's going to be somebody very different from you. That represents the Fool, that represents the High Priestess. Those two people are going to look at life and treat life pretty differently. I see Death on the split. More please on the Two of Swords reverse, Two of Cups in Leo's recent past energies. Okay. Well, I'm not sure. I guess maybe you had to move away from a relationship to gain some perspective, or you and your partner had to move yourselves out of some kind of turmoil in order to gain some enlightenment from the tree of knowledge and wisdom there. More please on the Two of Swords reverse, Two of Cups, Hanged Man, Six of Swords. That's an awful lot of cards wanting to come out. Ooh, yeah, okay. So you and your divine match hit a crossroads. The Queen of Swords and the King of Swords are divine counterparts. The Two of Cups is divine counterparts. You guys reached a crossroads, and I don't know. I don't know why one is in the upright and why one is in the reverse, but I do know that you need to gain some perspective on this. Now, the King of Swords is Aquarius's card. He is the King of Wisdom. He has been through the most battles. He has seen the most. He could be a mentor, but I feel like with the Two of Cups and the King and Queen of Swords, it's a divine match. Queen of Swords being somebody who has just finished learning how to tell when people are coming correct and when they aren't. So she does have her hand open, ready to receive. But if you don't bring exactly what you said you were going to bring, she's going to cut your head off. So this person's a little bit too guarded still because they have just finished learning. And she also has a little bit of trouble expressing herself. Not quite the king yet, right? So, you know what? I'm going to grab this other deck just for this pile. In that recent past energies, what is all of this about, Spirit? Give me what I need to know for Leo's greatest good, highest timeline, highest purpose. Thank you. This is falling more towards the present. Yeah, it's some kind of decision regarding a love that's been in your life for a while now. As I said, a friendship, family member, or of course, a lover. But it's saying that it's time to consult your higher self regarding this. And the blindfolds in the tarot represent not trusting your intuition. So, tapping into signs and synchronicities from the universe, but you will be moving on to calmer shores, so I'm not overly concerned about it. What is going on with this Five of Swords in reverse in Leo's present energies then? Yaha. So you did get away. You moved yourself onto calmer shores and you found ultimate happiness. This is the second happiest card in the deck next to the Sun. The 10 of Cups is happy home, happy family, happy life, happy joy, joy, happy joy, joy. Good. Okay, so I was right. You did. I felt like with the Knight of Wands there that you were doing the right thing. You made the good choice. Okay, you walked away from the conflict, moved on to calmer shores. Either you or your partner guided you guys in this direction. One of the two. It doesn't really matter. So what is this Four of Pentacles all about in Leo's upcoming energies then, Spirit? For their greatest good, highest timeline, highest purpose. You feeling like a wounded warrior, darling? This fell on the past. I'm asking about the future, but this fell on the past. So what this is telling me is whatever choppy waters that you had to move onto calmer shores away from, I think you're still clinging on to some of that energy, some of that wounding. Anything else on the Nine of Wands, excuse me. Four of Pentacles. Perseverance, my darling. You are on the higher ground. You have the advantage. This card says you are as ready as you're going to be to let go of the past and be excited to charge towards spontaneous new mysteries. You know what? Let's tap into that Knight of Wands. Excuse me. For Leo's greatest good, highest timeline, highest purpose, Knight of Cups wanting to make an appearance there. So that's your partner there again. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I didn't see two cards came out. So once you persevere, and my advice with this is to let go and let God, you are going to be really happy with the results, to say the least. You've been working really, really hard at this partnership, and you guys are finally going to gain like ultimate wealth. And I think it's ultimate wealth of like love and positive energy. I don't think this is a financial read at all. Mind you, it could be. Take it how it resonates, but that's not the vibe I'm getting. Okay, anything else you'd like to say for Leo's upcoming energies? You're being called to a higher life. I would answer that call. I would let go and let God and leave the past in the past. You are being called to a higher life with that Major Arcana Judgment card. Look towards the future. Learn about the future. Cross all the T's. Dot all of the I's. Be inquisitive. Find out as much as you can about whatever this spontaneous new mystery you and your partner are heading towards. Okay. I'll grab this other deck and see if there's any more advice from the tarot for Leo before getting, I think maybe, yeah, you got a blessing in disguise coming up, darling. You're going to be called to a newer life. You're going to leave that wounded warrior behind. It's going to be a little bit of a painful ending, but it's also going to be a blessing. Okay, I'm going to just leave that alone. You know what? I think a Starseed Oracle. Let's do a Starseed Oracle for the Leo Collective for the end of September. The Void. Stop. Embrace winter. Great cosmic womb. Interesting. The Void. I don't know if I've actually read that card yet. I will know when I start reading it, though. Page 116. The Void. Everything and nothing exists in the void. It's where all life begins and ends. It's the winter and the womb. The fertile darkness where all things originate and all seeds grow. Comforting and intimidating. Freeing and daunting. It can feel both overwhelmingly small and huge. The void is where faith lives. The message of the void is to surrender to the unknown, to allow the fertile darkness of nothingness to nourish the new seeds growing within you, regardless of whether you know what they'll one day become. You're being called to surrender to the mystery of what's next. What have I been saying? A spontaneous new mystery. To rest and to allow the winter of your life to do the work for you. To hand over your control and trust that just because you can't see things happening beneath the surface doesn't mean things aren't at work. The greatest weavings happen when we find a way to surrender and trust that our life is being knitted for us, right beneath the surface, in ways knowable and unknowable. Now is the time to cultivate faith and allow deep, deep rest. Surprised we didn't see the Four of Swords here, right? The void often surfaces at the end of a chapter or life phase, when we're called to let go of all we know and identify with. And that's the thing with that Six of Swords too, right? Their boat isn't full of their stuff. They grabbed the cloak on their back and they got out of Dodge. When you're in the void, it can feel scary and as if you should be doing something. However, when this card appears, it's a sure sign that the most productive thing to do is relinquish control and surrender to the changing mystery of your life. Starseed Soul Inquiry. How are you being called to surrender to the unknown mystery of your life? Knight of Wands. All right. I hope that was helpful. I thank you ever so much for being here, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye for now.